A lot of the principles of permaculture revolves around this whole concept of just generating fertility, generating resources with what's there. And in the market garden, a big part of the resource that I use is wood. Wood is where I live, all abundant. There's at my farm, there's the wood lot, where in the winter, I cut all my firewood for my house, for the sauna, for also the sugar shack, which is a big part of my spring. I did a YouTube video about that, you can check it out, but the sugar shack is pretty cool. But in the market garden, especially here at this new place at the old mill, I have a lot of aspens. And these trees are pioneer trees, so they're always the first to grow, and they're really abundant. So they just grow these little 3-inch shreds that I can cut every year and they'll regrow. And then with the chipper, I can make some ramule wood chip that I'll put in the market garden. So I'll use the wood chip as lignin material, carbon material that's going to inoculate the whole space with a lot of food material for the fungi. And so there's a strategy to it, there's a technique. We use a real ramule wood chip technique. We're talking about hardwood trees cut in the spring where the trees are starting to branch and have leaves, and that's where all the energy is going at the top of the branches, and that's when we cut it, and that's when we make ramule wood chip. So it's a really powerful amendment, and it bridges this whole idea of permaculture for me in the market garden, because that's one example where I can utilize the ecosystem that's here to my purpose, just by tapping into the energy of that whole process. Spring energy, trees that are growing, regrowth every year, so that's a really durable cycle. And then using a low-tech machine that I already have. I already have the BCS, and then having this implement to do that for me allows me to be just on the scale of more self-sufficiency and on closing the cycle. So it's really exciting stuff. And my main focus is never just on that. Because for me, that's kind of like the cherry on top, to be able to be efficient enough in the nursery, efficient enough in the greenhouse, efficient enough in seeding, cultivating, marketing, doing all of that really well, so that in the end, I do have some time to play and fool around, to really make sure that my soil is beyond what it could be otherwise, and focus on that. Like the last 10% of my time is doing stuff like that, but I love it. And I think it's pretty cool. You see how it's chipping really in small pieces? That's really good because the soil is going to digest it much faster. So I'm really happy with the result. And I really think that it's a really intense machine. And speaking of wood in the market garden, I want to bring you back in time, because this winter I used the log splitter that goes with the BCS two-wheel tractor, and frankly, it's amazing. So I want to be really clear about something. This video is sponsored by BCS, but it's not an ad for BCS. Like, I've been using this tool for 20 years, and for anything that's permaculture mindset, we need to integrate stack functions and use what we have. And for me, the BCS is just that. Having all these different pieces of the puzzle that I can connect together allows me to really use this in many different ways. And that's what I love about this tool. And that's why I'm a big advocate for two-wheel tractors. So obviously there's a lot of good reasons to use the woods in the market garden, but there's one other aspect that is kind of less tangible, and it has to do with our own connection to our environment, to the local ecology of where we are. and kind of a spiritual connection for me at least. Having the woods nearby, being in the woods, working with nature allows me to lessen my stress and to just to deepen my connection with who I am and who I want to be. And I can tell anyone that's out there that's growing seriously that spending time in the wood also helps with mental health. And we should be talking more about that. You can click on the video above. This is a discussion that I've been having and that I'm opening up to others so that we can all share in with this really important topic. This is it for this week. I hope you're growing. I'm growing. I'll see you next time. JM out.